Hello? See, that's that weird stuff. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Okay, so I had to switch my devices. I don't know what's going on with my audio on my laptop. There's clearly something wrong. Not really sure what it is. I'm probably gonna have to try to figure that out. And because for whatever reason, whenever I'm streaming on the laptop, in StreamYard, my sound isn't working. So I'm gonna actually do some checking to see if maybe I turned off an internal microphone. I don't know, not sure, guys, but welcome. Today is June 6th, 2025, and we are Continuing our coverage over here on the docket of the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. The United States versus Diddy is well underway. And today, the prosecution picked right up from where they left off yesterday with testimony from Jane Doe. I'm sure a lot of you have seen other news outlets disclosing who she is or who they believe she is. I actually know who she is, but I'm not going to say it because she is testifying under Jane Doe to maintain her privacy. So I'm going to respect that privacy. So guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the testimony today from today's proceedings. AUSA Comey is the one who is up to bat and doing the direct examination. The defense has not yet had a chance to cross-examine Jane Doe as of yet, but I believe that the government will probably be done with their direct examination sometime on Monday, and then the defense will go ahead and take over and, present their list of questions to this witness.
All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion. Good morning. How many times did you travel to Las Vegas?
Once on Sean's plane, he was hosting an event. Then he wanted entertainment for the night. We had that.
What do you mean?
An entertainer. We had.
Going off the grid mean?
Getting free.
Did Sean call you a freak?
Yes. He wanted me to be wild and sexual.
Did you ask Sean if the entertainers could wear condoms?
Yes. That first time with Don and another. Sean guilty tripped me out of it. It was not something he wanted to see.
What was his tone?
Condescending.
Did he say why he did not want the entertainer to wear a condom?
He did not want to see a rubber.
Did you raise it ever when sober and not in a hotel room?
Yes.
Was this ever recorded?
Yes. One that I am aware of. I am trying to ask the entertainer if he can wear a condom. He's looking for it.
I'd like to call up this exhibit with an aid. Did you listen to this?
Yes.
And did you read the transcript that's up on the screen?
Yes.
Let's start at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. When you said, I think they're in the chair, what were you referring to?
Condoms.
What did you understand Sean to mean when he said, you were just taking that dip?
That we already had intercourse.
And when he said, if you don't touch yourself right now, what was he saying?
To just move on.
Why did you think you needed permission from Sean for the man having sex with your body to wear a condom?
At this moment, the defense objected, but it was overruled, and then they had a sidebar, then continued.
Why did you not say no?
He'd get agitated.
How would intercourse with an entertainer end?
He'd finish on me.
Then what with Sean?
We'd have sex.
Would you clean up the toilet?
No.
Why not?
Sean liked it, to play around with it.
Then what?
I'd take a shower and get ready for the next one.
Typically, how many rounds?
At this moment, the defense objected, but it was overruled.
Every entertainer was different. Some 3.
Who decided if you could stop when you were tired?
Sean.
Do you need a moment?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
How did you say you wanted to stop?
I'd say like, I'm hungry, make little faces. I'd send him subtle cues.
What would he say?
He'd say, you're not getting tired on me, are you? Let's go out on a high note. Let's finish strong.
What would Sean give you to keep you awake and having sex with the entertainers?
Ecstasy.
Did you ever cry after one of these hotel nights?
Twice.
Tell us about the first.
I thought it was a date night, one-on-one, but he said there would be an entertainer, but just a quick one. I hung on to that for 18 hours, and after 18 hours and 3 rounds with the entertainer, Sean said he had to leave. I started crying.
Were you with someone else?
I was with Sean. It was in the Waldorf in Beverly Hills, early in our relationship.
What did Sean say?
He said, are you crying? Like looking disgusted. Then he just sat there listening to music. I was clinging to him. He said he could move things around with him, family, and I could go home with him. I just wanted to be in his arms after all that.
And the second time?
I was in the shower after one of these nights.
Is your memory spotty? What do you remember?
I was so high. I was having sex with Paul. Then I was in the shower with Sean. He said, stop it. I'm too high. Stop.
Paul?
One of the entertainers.
Were these hotel nights work for you?
At this moment, the defense objected, but it was overruled.
It was work from start to finish.
What did you do to try to get them to end sooner?
I try to have sex with the entertainers fast.
What did you do to try to speed things up?
I do foreplay and bring them into the room. Sean would say, slow it down, more foreplay.
What words would he use?
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
May of 2021 to October of 2023. What would Sean say?
He'd say, I'm not ready to see that yet.
How would you feel?
At this moment, the defense asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
How did you feel?
I'd want to be with Sean at the end.
Where would you go?
To his residence,
Was there any part of these hotel nights you enjoyed?
being with Sean.
Would he text you?
To say, I love you.
Did you text that you wanted to have sex?
Yes, with him.
Did you text him you wanted to have sex with others?
Yes, it was his fantasy.
Did you tell you on a text?
Yes,
Did he tell you what to text?
yes. He'd ask, what do you want? Be explicit.
Why did you write these things?
I wanted to make my lover happy.
Look at this one from November 9th, 2021. What did you write?
I wrote, I'm horny for you.
You don't have to read this, but did you write, I want to suck Paul's dick? Why did you write that?
I knew it would turn Sean on.
Who is Paul?
An entertainer.
You texted him you wanted to stop having hotel nights?
Yes.
What did you write here?
I'm so much more than being left in the dark of a hotel room. My heart is breaking. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. I feel it's the only reason you pay for the house. We need to talk like adults.
How long has Sean been paying your rent?
5 months or so.
Did you see drugs in the hotel rooms?
At this moment, the defense objected, but it was overruled.
Ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, pink powder, which I believe is called 2C.
Who gave them to you?
Sean.
Did you ever see any of the entertainers taking drugs?
No, that was my one rule. I told them they couldn't take drugs. I didn't want them to be out of control while they were with me.
How did ecstasy make you feel?
Full energy.
Why did you feel you had to take these drugs?
Otherwise, it would be too real. I wanted to, I don't know, feel like it would make things easier.
Did you ever do hotel nights without drugs?
Twice, once with Paul.
Why didn't you take drugs that time?
I didn't want to do that to my body, but it felt too real. So I asked Sean for a pill.
Did Sean give it to you?
Yes, I felt better.
The second time?
My partner was taking too many pills. He said, I'll do 30 days without drugs, but let's have one last sobriety party at the L'Hermitage.
How long did it last?
Too long? 18 hours?
What happened?
The first guy, the second guy. I was not feeling well. I threw up. I told Sean I'd just thrown up.
What did you say?
He said, that's good. Now you'll be ready for the third guy. He's here.
How did you feel?
I was just disgusted. I was just repulsed. I was just too mad at myself. I was mad I had let myself get into this.
At this moment, they took a break, then continued.
Did Sean ever run out of drugs during a hotel night?
Yes,
What happened?
he would call one of the assistants or butlers to bring more drugs. Sometimes his security,
What assistance?
Brendan, Frank, John,
Let me show you a photo of Brendan.
that's him. He would bring pill bottles. Then there would be cocaine, weed,
Who from security did he call for drugs?
Fahim. Sean called him Fa.
Who else brought drugs?
Guido. He brought mostly ecstasy, Molly, and Xanax, and coke.
Did you take Xanax?
Yes, after I put Sean to sleep.
Did you ever carry drugs for Sean?
Yes, from LA to Miami. KK told me, I'll have security come out and give you the package. I asked, is it safe and okay?
What did KK tell you?
She said, it's fine. I do it all the time.
Where did you give Sean the package?
In the bathroom of 2 Star. He opened it and then I saw colorful pills. I assumed,
I don't want you to assume. Did you take the pills?
yes, for a hotel night. It was ecstasy.
Did you move drugs for Sean another time?
Yes, in my luggage from LA to Miami. There, Sean and I used them. They were ecstasy.
Before May and October 2021, who reached out to the entertainers?
Sean,
Then who?
me.
Why did you start choosing?
I didn't want it to just be a stranger.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there because there was a period of time during their relationship in the earlier parts. Diddy was choosing and arranging for their entertainment. He was picking the guys, he was making the schedules and getting the entertainment to wherever they were. But there came a point in the relationship where she wanted to at least, I'm guessing, have that bit of control in the selection process. So she took over that job. Similar to Cassie. Very similar to Cassie's situation.
That's the dynamic of our relationship. We were walking home and I saw a performer and said, that one,
Why did you want to choose?
I couldn't get away from this.
Who did you choose?
Sly Williams, I called him chef. He had a passion for cooking.
What were you and Sean doing?
Having sex on ecstasy. We started talking about Sly's size. Sean was acting all flirtatious about it. I sent Sly a message over Instagram.
Did he respond?
Yes, I told him I was a fan of his work. Maybe we should meet up one day. We did a FaceTime. Sean was there.
What happened?
It got hot and steamy. I asked him to show me himself.
He showed you his genitals.
Yes, and I was casting from my phone to Sean's television.
How did you get Sly from Atlanta to LA?
I told Sean I would arrange his flight. I booked it online on Expedia. Sean paid me back.
What happened?
He was cute and sweet. He was nervous too. It was my first time.
First time what?
Contacting an adult film star. I had told him it was me and my partner. He said fine.
What hotel?
L'Hermitage, I believe. It was the routine. The oils would come out. I'd be in a uniform. I'd dance. Then
What was Sean doing?
masturbating.
Then who invited him the next times?
I did. I would suggest Sly. He was familiar to me.
Where else did you meet Sly?
The Trump Hotel.
The Trump Hotel in New York.
Yes. I would book his flights from Atlanta.
And you paid him afterward?
Yes. $2,000 to $4,000.
Where from?
At this moment, the defense objected and they rephrased the question.
Where did the cash to pay Sly come from?
Sean. From the drawer. Sometimes we used Cash App.
Was there a second adult entertainer you reached out to?
Yes. Anton. I think Anton Harris. It was his stage name. I don't know his real name. We were watching Anton's films and I was really into him. I messaged him on Instagram. He was in LA. I invited him over.
How did Anton respond?
Positively. We were in my first residence.
What happened?
The same. Sean watched. Happy.
Did you see Anton again?
Yes. Sometimes at hotels in LA. Sometimes in my apartment.
Did you FaceTime with Anton and Sly?
Yes. When Sean and I were alone having sexy times.
Why would Sean call them?
He wanted something live. I was doing like sexting, FaceTime, and screen sharing to Sean's TV. I told Sly and Anton I was alone so they would feel comfortable.
Did you ask Sly and Anton to send you pictures of their genitals?
Yes, Sean wanted them. He would say, get it.
Did Anton or Sly ever send you photos of their genitals when you were not with Sean?
Yes, I was polite and flirtatious, but not as flirtatious as when I was with Sean.
Did you ever see Anton or Sly in person without Sean?
No,
Are these your texts with Sly? Let me show you.
I was asking for explicit photos or videos from him. That's what my partner wanted.
What did Sly say?
He said, I'm down.
What did you say?
I wrote, I'm touching myself. Then, what's your full name and DOB?
Why that?
To book his travel?
What did you write?
She's booking. Jen was. November 9th, 2021. The flight.
When you received these explicit images, were you alone?
Yes, I sent a blander message. Then he texted me in April 2022. Hello, beautiful. How was your day?
Why did Jess book the flight?
I was too high to type. He'd be the entertainer.
Other entertainers.
Paul and Don. Sean coordinated others.
Between May 2021 and October 2023, how often were the hotel nights?
Often. Every week, every other week.
After February 2024, where did this happen?
2-star and LA.
In the LA residence you're still living in?
Yes,
After February 2024?
maybe 5 times.
How many different men?
I don't know.
Let's talk about some. Who's this?
Don.
Last time?
August 2024 at 2-star. I only saw Don in Miami.
Who's this?
Paul.
When was the last time?
End of July 2024. Before that, very often.
What did you think Paul did?
A personal trainer for Sean in LA, Miami, Turks.
How did Paul get there?
He'd book his own travel, or he'd already be there.
Who's this?
A man named Leo. I met him through Sean for one of these nights. I met him on my birthday,
Last time?
2023.
Where did you see Leo?
LA,
What else did you call him?
Italian.
Who's this?
A guy Sean brought into a night in 2021.
What happened?
Sean said he had someone coming over. I was repulsed. In L'Hermitage, he looked sweaty. He didn't look nice. He kind of smelled.
What did you do?
I tried to make it work. I tried to seduce him with my body. He just kept sweating so much. I looked at my partner. I'm not feeling this. I was in lingerie and heels.
What was he wearing?
Nothing. Sean said, do you want to taste it? I said, I'm not feeling this.
What did Sean do?
He laid me down and started having sex with me,
Where was the man?
hovering over me. He was sweating on me.
Then what?
Sean told me to look at the man's private part, but it wasn't happening. Sean told him, no worries, and the man left.
Then what?
Sean told me he had someone else coming, Paul. I was blindfolded. Sean wanted me to touch him. I took a liking to Paul. I was more comfortable. I thought he was handsome and nice, and he had a warm energy.
Did you want to have sex with him?
No, but if I had to have sex with someone, I guess it was not so bad with Paul.
What's this?
Photo of a man named Michael. I saw him twice, in 2022 or 2023. In the edition, Los Angeles. Sean said something new was coming. Then, like, just a bit later, Sean was having small talk with this guy on the balcony. He invited me out.
What happened?
I thought Michael was attractive. He was from a website.
Who's this?
I don't know his name. I met him on my birthday in 2023, one of these nights.
What happened?
Sean told me to come to Miami. We would be alone. He was so sweet. We were eating sushi at Nobu in the hotel. Sean said, we have entertainment. I gulped and said, entertainer.
What did he say?
It's your birthday. I just accepted it.
Why?
I don't know. Upstairs, this man comes in. It was routine. I am like a robot. I am getting the guy comfortable.
Do you need a break, Jane? You said you were robotic. What do you mean?
I have done so many of these. I can just tune out. My partner likes to see. I just turn on this person.
What do you mean you turn into another person?
A person who can just do this.
What happened?
I was much quicker with this person. He felt more like a stranger to me than anyone. I don't want to do this on my birthday. I asked Sean for a condom.
Where was he?
He was behind this man. He gave me these dirty looks like, you better not ask for a condom. I could just hear that.
What else did you hear him say?
At this moment, the defense objected, but it was overruled.
I didn't want to sour the mood.
Why didn't you want to sour the mood?
I just didn't want my partner unhappy with me.
Do you need a break, Jane?
No, I'm okay.
What happened next? If you're ready to tell us.
Sean gave him a condom, but then walked away. He was so disappointed. The guy finished. I can't remember where.
What next?
The man left. We switched rooms to a bigger suite.
What then?
Sean was more loving. He was celebratory. He had cake there and balloons. Then Sly comes.
Any talk?
No, it was just hours and hours of that. Pleasing this guy. Doing so much. Just doing all of it. Foreplay. Things I know my partner wants to see. Going back and forth. It was morning.
What did Sean say?
That Don was coming.
What did you say?
Nothing. Like that it was fine.
Why?
I love my partner.
What did you do with Don? Let's break for lunch. Have you seen this man?
Sean brought him to our hotel room in LA. I was in a robe and lingerie, the whole wardrobe I usually had.
What happened in the living room of the suite?
I knew this was something I could not fake.
What do you mean?
I was repulsed by him. I tried for 30 minutes. Then I told Sean, can I talk to you in the bedroom? There, I told him, I can't. I tried again, but no. I told Sean, I am sorry.
How did Sean respond?
Agitated. Then another man came.
Did Sean talk to you first?
No,
Who's this?
a man I met in New York. I told him I didn't want to go to New York if it was just to set me up with a man. He said, no, one-on-one. So I went.
Did you get Wi-Fi on the plane?
Yes, Sean sent me a text. Do you want entertainment tonight?
How did you feel?
Disappointed. My thought of seeing my lover was shot down.
Where did you go in New York?
The Trump Hotel. I saw the assistant setting up the room with red lights for a hotel night. I took this photograph.
What happened next?
I told Sean I don't want to do this. He was just like super defensive. On the way back to the room, Sean gave me a pill.
What was it?
Ecstasy. I took it. The man was in the room. We had small talk. I let the man touch my leg a little bit. I took Sean to the bedroom and told him, I can't do this.
How did Sean react?
Agitated. I called another performer.
Why?
That's a hard question. At that point in the relationship, I knew that's what my partner would want.
Was Sean paying your rent?
Yes.
Did he mention it?
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge said, time frame, then they continued.
Was this after Sean started paying your rent?
Yes. I called Sly. He was excited. He flew to New York that night from Atlanta.
What happened?
It was nice. We had in front of Sean at the Trump Hotel. Me and Sean had to go our separate ways, but I didn't want Sly to feel we were just leaving him. So cash was brought to the front desk for him by an assistant,
Which one?
Joey.
And this man?
I had sex with him in front of Sean,
And another?
a Spanish buff man. He was a bit odd, I felt. He was pulling out this scent to smell during, I don't know.
In front of Sean?
Yes,
Another?
a man who looked more European at L'Hermitage. We had twice.
This is just unreal to me. Like, did he? Nobody can tell me that he wasn't using these women as surrogates for his own sexual fantasies. Like, come on now. There's no way. Why would you want to see your partner with multiple men on multiple different occasions? Like, it, I don't know. That just go crazy to me, y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are, because this to me is not normal unless you are, and when I say using them as a surrogate, what I mean is he was utilizing their bodies to interact with these men because that's what he wanted to do himself.
Entertainers did you see most often?
Paul, Sly,
Which ones did you reach out to?
them, Anton, Don.
Did you ever arrange hotel nights as a surprise for Sean?
Yes, twice. Like Valentine's Day or the return from a trip.
You saw cash during these hotel nights. Where?
Drawer, nightstand.
When Sean ran out of cash, what did he do?
He made a phone call to his security or assistant. KK, cash would appear.
How much?
A good amount.
To whom did Sean hand cash?
Paul, Don. He'd pay at the end.
What would Sean say before he brought out his iPhone to record?
Nothing. Or, it's just for me.
Did Sean sometimes act different?
Sometimes happy, sometimes not.
What directions would Sean give?
To put the baby oil on the man, to myself.
When you knew the camera was on you, how did you react?
It was just a part of it.
Did Sean ever record you while not on drugs?
No.
Did you act like you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Why?
I wanted to put on a good show.
What fantasy talk did you engage in?
So much role play, a fantasy. I'm sorry, there are just so many memories. He would create characters.
How is this?
Me and Don. The next one is me and Sly.
This?
Me and Paul. Then me and Leo, Anton and myself.
Was Sean present for all of these?
Yes, I wore the stripper shoes on the whole time.
What would happen with the baby oil?
It would drip down in the shoes. I would try to keep my balance.
Did Sean ask you to get your nipples pierced?
Yes, I said it would turn him on.
Who set up your piercing appointment?
KK.
Then,
They got caught on my lingerie and my nipples got infected. I took them off.
what did Sean say?
He said, "Where are my piercings? This is the last time I see you without them."
Did your back hurt?
Yes, from bending over so much.
Where else did you get sore?
My vagina.
Did you tell Sean?
No,
Why not?
I just didn't want to indicate any negativity.
Why did you keep going?
I'm not sure.
At this moment, they had a sidebar, then continued.
Do you have an estimate of how many times you told Sean you didn't want to keep having these hotel nights?
I don't have an estimate.
Did you write?
Yes, and sometimes I'd have the courage to text it to Sean.
What did you see in your text messages?
That I had been texting it since 2021, how I felt.
What's this?
November 2021, I felt jealous. I saw he was doing things with another woman on their Instagram stories.
Why did you feel jealous if you knew he was dating other women?
I came to do hotel nights with Don and Sly. Then he gives quality time to another woman.
This next text?
I wrote, "I need a breather and a break from you."
Play this exhibit, a voice note.
At this moment, they played a clip of Sean Combs' voice, and it said the following. She asks me to work out. This is the time you're going to be cursing me. I don't have a bunch of guy friends. Don't matter if I just her. Be sad, go crazy. I don't deserve being honest with someone.
How often did Sean call you crazy?
Often. It made me feel confused.
What did you say?
That she didn't just come to the gym. I don't even care who you are laying up with. I wanted that time with him. I said, "You just want the hotel."
What happened here?
I had with Leo. I was high. It made my partner happy. I was okay with it.
How many phones did Sean use then?
2, Sean started dating another woman. He did a big birthday for her.
How'd you see it?
IG.
What did you say?
I see what you are going for her. Why do you play me? Say she's just a business partner. Then you say she's spending money on you. How would you feel if I said a man was spending money on me?
You wrote,
I feel cheap.
after your first hotel night in May 2021 with Don, what did you do next?
Out on a yacht.
And later,
We would just sleep after hotel nights.
what did you write in this note?
I wrote, Why am I just for your freaky desires?
Did you send this to Sean?
No, I did not have the courage.
And this note?
I wrote, you were partying with another girl. You just want me for debauchery. I'm done being used by you. You're trashing my house with dirty debauchery. I'm done.
And what was this?
Right after I spent my birthday having with these men in the hotel room, Sean went on a vacation with another girl he was dating.
How did he respond to your text?
He wrote, I didn't tell her about your birthday.
What did he write to you next?
That it looked like I had a nice birthday dinner with my girlfriends.
Who paid for that dinner?
Sean.
But was he there?
No.
And here when you said you were tired?
After 3 men.
What did he write to you here?
He wrote, I'm tired of you throwing sex in my face. Let's just be friends.
What did you think he meant?
Anytime I brought up the hotel nights.
What did you write?
Are you really breaking up with me? You're the only man in my life. You took someone else to the place I have dreamed about.
Where?
Turks.
What did he write?
He wrote, I'm tired of these long texts telling me what I'm doing wrong. I wrote, what am I doing wrong?
Please pull up this exhibit. What is this?
A note on my notes.
Were you writing what you were feeling at the time?
Yes. I wrote, you lied straight to my face to use me for a hotel night before your trip.
When you took a break from Sean, where did you travel?
France. Sean started texting me again and again. Paris, Paris, Paris.
How did it make you feel?
That he cared, but I knew I had to stay strong. I went away for 5 days. He was adamant we should see each other. I missed him too.
Why?
Because I love him. Soon we were planning to go to Turks. I'd go to Miami first.
What did Sean write to you?
He said, a night of debauchery, then to the beach. I said, no, we have to reconnect. He said, cool.
Did that turn out to be true?
No.
What did you do in Miami?
We bickered about Paris. He said his girl can't just up and leave like that.
This photo?
Our dinner.
Then what?
He took a pill and we went to a hotel. We were watching, and Sean said, do you want Don?
What did you say?
Yes.
Why?
I was just used to it. Then we went to Turks.
And in Turks?
Paul came in.
What happened?
I'm back in an outfit. I'm going to try to do another round. It was really painful. I couldn't have.
Why not?
I was extremely sore at this point. Sean tried to lube me up. He said, you can't take any more. I threw the bracelet and said, you only brought me here to suck for you. I was talking, then sat on the steps of a villa.
Did Sean talk?
Yes. He said, how can you make me look like that in front of Paul? Sean told me to apologize to Paul. I messaged him and said I was sorry how I acted, that I was really glad he'd come out to see me.
Who told you to do that?
Sean.
What did you write to Sly?
If he could come to Turks. I told him he'd need a passport and vaccination.
What did Sly respond?
I'm willing, but I don't have a vaccination card.
Why did you do this?
To make it up to Sean.
Why did you write this way to Sly and Paul?
I wanted them to feel good, like they were not being used.
Why?
I just do.
What was the love contract in March of 2023?
He asked, how much did I want per month? I said 15 and he said 10.
He started paying your rent?
Yes.
Who is paying your rent now?
Sean.
What else did Sean pay for?
My teeth.
What do you mean?
Sean didn't like my teeth. I got new veneers. He also paid to furnish the house. My allowance just didn't do it. I used 3 credit cards. I had promised him an all-star party.
What's that?
I'd bring the top 3 guys all in the same night.
Why?
I was with my lover and he liked that. I told him I have to be awake at 8 a.m. Sunday. I said the last time I got sick.
This first text?
He felt hesitation for me about the all-star party. He asked, does your hurt? You're not being straight with me.
The second, a minute later.
He quoted my text asking for help with more furniture for the house.
Here Sean writes, Rico is ready. Who was that?
Maybe the man named Michael. Or wait, maybe it was a role play and Sean was Rico.
You don't know?
I don't.
Why did you send Sean a photo of pink toilet paper?
To show that my period was about to come down, that I needed the night off. Let's postpone.
What did he write back?
You're getting your hair done for nothing. I'm done.
What did you mean movie night was not on my mind? What was that?
We would not have an entertainer. We just watch our own movies of the hotel nights. We called it movie night.
What did you write?
I wrote, why do you talk about the father of my child? All because you don't get your way one night and bust a nut?
What did he say back in his voice message?
At this moment, they played a clip of Sean Combs' voice, and it said, I don't have time, baby girl.
How did you interpret that?
Making sure he's happy, including these nights.
How did you respond?
That he always brought up pain for the house. It felt like, I don't know, this guilt trip.
I think this is a good time to break for the day and week.
And that was it for the Sean Diddy Combs trial today. What do you think about Chase?
Okay, so We've all listened to the testimony. I tried to refrain from interrupting too much because I wanted to get through it and get to the other side of it. This was very, very difficult to listen to. Throughout her testimony, I've kind of went into other vloggers and they're like, well, she seemed to be in agreement with it. She said because it's what her partner wanted, so that's why she did it. And, he was taking care of her and yada, yada, yada. But if you guys pay close attention, this is clearly a coercive control type of relationship. He was paying her rent, which is $10,000 a month. First of all, she moved from the East Coast to the West Coast to be with Diddy. And he decided to pay her rent um, for her as I guess, her allowance or what have you. But did you hear when she had a complaint about doing another hotel night with an entertainer? He said he quoted her message asking about the furniture for her house. So it was kind of like a game of I do this, why won't you do that? Which is just, you understand what I'm saying? That's I think where the government is going. Um, as far as the point today, clearly it goes to the government because the defense did not have an opportunity to cross-examine. In addition to that, this is powerful testimony. A lot of people are looking at this from a standpoint like, oh, they were just freaky people. They were in a freaky relationship. This is outside of the norm. This is a insatiable appetite that Sean P. Diddy Combs had. In addition to that, a lot of people are questioning why he's being charged with RICO. Why? Why is there a RICO charge? They charged him incorrectly. Absolutely not. When has it ever been known? What company in the United States of America do you know where the employees are tasked with getting you drugs? They're tasked with getting you lo you know, wads of cash to pay SMEX workers, um, cleaning up evidence in a hotel room to ensure that nobody finds out about your little secret. Like, it's unreal to me as a society how we're looking at, a lot of people are looking at this case from a lens of, oh, this is just a relationship. She just mad because she wasn't in the public and all this other stuff. I don't believe that. I'm not buying into any of that. I believe that this is a pattern. If you guys look at the facts, when Cassie left Diddy, Cassie got into a committed and loving relationship and began to build a family. When Diddy moved on, he just created more FO relationships. He just created more what it now he's called now during this relationship he called them hotel nights instead of an FO as he did with Cassie. So he changed the name of it, but it was the same exact thing. But guys, I'm not gonna hold you long. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing today. Guys, we're doing really, really great on watch hours, but I could definitely use a lot more. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at last check, I was at 1,865 watch hours, and I need, the requirement is 3,000. So if you guys could please watch and or play my live streams, I would greatly appreciate it. Like binge watch. If you could binge watch or binge play them, please, I would really, really, really appreciate it. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I cannot see the comments, but I think, let me see who's that. I can't see the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see your comments because my other phone is actually otherwise occupied. I'm recording on my other phone, so I cannot jump in the chat. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's here in the live replay gang. Stand up. I see you. Let's all congregate in the comments. What are your thoughts on this testimony from Jane Doe? What do you think about, you know, just kind of in comparison to Cassie? It seems to me that there was a lot less physical violence, and it seemed like he was a bit more charming, charismatic towards Jane Doe. And it may be an age thing. I think it could be an age thing. As far as, Jane Doe, I don't believe, well, I know she's not as young as Cassie. She's nowhere near as young as Cassie. So I think that may have had a lot to do with why he didn't put hands and feet on her. But he definitely, as she stated, would be agitated or, kind of voice his disapproval if she had any type of objection to you know, what he wanted to do or what he wanted her to do, what he wanted to get done. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again, yeah. Thanks again, you guys who are in the live chat. I'll catch you later.